watching News 4 San Antonio at 10.
A local cemetery battling a trash problem and pointing a finger at their neighbor. What happened after the caretaker turned to News 4 for help? A fight on a basketball court at a local park claims a teenager's life. The first step being taken tonight to make it safe. A little boy from San Antonio making a big splash, the gig that's propelled him into the national spotlight. And microchipping humans?
Stick a big needle in and push the chip in.
Why some people in San Antonio are doing it.
I don't know what they're doing over there to make the trash comes over here, but it does.
New tonight, caught on camera, trash airborne above an East Side cemetery. Now, Waste Management on East Houston says it has tried to be a good neighbor and has taken steps to keep that area clean. But leaders at the cemetery just across the street say it is not enough. And tonight, News 4 San Antonio's Darian Trotter looked into their concerns and has reaction from the company.
Trash, dust, and stench. Stinks sometimes real bad.
Joe Webb is talking trash. He's had it with his neighbor, frustrated over trash caught on camera blowing freely overhead, and Webb says it often lands at Meadowlawn Memorial Park.
I don't know what they're doing over there to make the trash comes over here, but it does.
A spokeswoman for Waste Management says the company strives to be a good neighbor to communities and businesses surrounding our facilities. The chaplain at Meadowlawn showed us pictures of debris he says is from the recycling company. Paper is seen lying along the fence line in front of the cemetery and the fence line in the back of the property. This plastic bag stuck in a tree. We also recorded video of trash in front of grave sites with our camera.
It's been 7 years and we're sick of it.
To demonstrate a commitment to keeping the area clean, Waste Management dedicates 2 full-time cleaners who pick up debris on site, along the roadways and the cemetery twice a day. The company pays for street sweeper services weekly on both sides of East Houston, and they've upgraded the fence line with netting.
And none of that works. Why would we be complaining if there wasn't a problem?
State and local agencies like Code Compliance and TCEQ inspect that site regularly. Waste Management says there are currently no issues there. We are in the process of verifying that claim, and we'll let you know what we find out. Back to you.
Her story.
Remember her face!
Remember her story.
Remember her face!
Right now, a 19-year-old murder victim's family is petitioning against the court system after charges were dropped against her boyfriend. Police had charged him with manslaughter, but tonight, he's a free man. News 4 San Antonio's Ariana Lubelli joins us live from the Bexar County Jail after looking into this case. Ariana?
Well, the district attorney's office released a statement to us saying that a judge determined that there was no probable cause to move forward with criminal charges. The family protested that decision here at the jail.
This isn't fair. It's not fair.
A protest driven by outrage and heartache.
Remember her story.
Remember her face!
The rally for 19-year-old Ana Martinez, a mother of 2 who was shot to death inside a Southside apartment in January.
It's not fair. He gets to go to his family. We don't get to see her. Her babies don't get to see her. They don't get to see their mom.
22-year-old Jose Galindo, who was charged with manslaughter shortly after Martinez's death, had the charge dropped over the weekend.
Why? How? How could they just let him walk like that? They got him. They had the evidence. That's why he's in jail right now. How come they can't keep him there?
According to the district attorney's office, the DA was forced to dismiss the manslaughter charge after an examination hearing. A judge ruled there was no probable cause.
They're just asking for someone else to get killed. That's exactly what they're asking for.
Family members say the couple only dated for about 5 months. They want to hear from anyone else who's been involved with him.
We just need everybody who has information to please call, whether it's he's harassed you, he's put a gun to your head, or just seen how ugly and an angry person he is. Just come forward and speak upon him.
And about 1,000 signatures have been signed on the family's Justice for Ana online petition. They've planned another protest for tomorrow. That one will be held outside of the courthouse. Back to you.
I'm a little taken aback still, when I hear and read about the things that they did.
Tonight, the visitation for an original member of the Tuskegee Airmen. That's a groundbreaking group of African-American pilots who served in World War II. Theodore Johnson passed away here last week at his East Side home. The 95-year-old was one of the 3 remaining Tuskegee Airmen in San Antonio.
I hear people say thank you for his service, and I get that from others telling me thank you for your father's service, thank your father for his service, and it makes me realize what he meant to, America and the mark that they made as Tuskegee Airmen.
And Johnson was very active in the community for decades, speaking at schools and churches. His funeral will be tomorrow at St. Joseph Catholic Church, with burial Wednesday at Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery.
Tomorrow, a major shutdown on the far northwest side could affect your morning drive. Bernie Stage Road will be closed in both directions through Wednesday afternoon. To avoid the closure, you'll need to stay on the frontage road when traveling westbound and take Scenic Loop Road to Babcock when going eastbound. Be sure to tune into News 4 San Antonio today to catch up on news from overnight, as well as up-to-the-minute checks for your morning drive. Join News 4 here starting at 4:30 a.m.
Melissa Vega at the live desk. Happening right now, San Antonio Crime Stoppers asking for your help tonight in an arson case. Investigators wanting you to help identify this man. They say he was the last person seen driving a car found burnt. A 2018 Ford Fusion stolen from a nightclub on Highway 90 back in October. The car later found burnt on South Evans Road. If you know who that man is, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers at 224-STOP right away, and you can get a reward of up to $5,000. That's the latest from the live desk.
Just say Jesus loves you, I love you, just give him a hug.
Tonight, a West Side community is calling for changes after a 16-year-old was shot to death in a neighborhood park. News 4 San Antonio's Alejandra Guzman spoke with the victim's friends who say they were there praying for him in his final moments. Alejandra?
In between the heartbreak and the loss, family and friends are now praying and singing for change. They want to stop the violence that led to the shooting of 16-year-old Jesse Alvear. Tonight, his parents shared these photos of their beloved son, describing him as a happy kid who would light up the room with his bright smile. His parents say Jesse's goal was to graduate high school. A couple that Jesse had been living with for the past 8 months say the shooting on Sunday right here at Benavides Park should have never happened. He'd been playing basketball just like any other day.
We walked literally right next to him, and he I believe he did see us, and he was staring at us in his last final moments, and we said a prayer for him.
A meeting will be held this Thursday at St. Timothy's Catholic Church, where community members will have a chance to speak with SAPD Chief William McManus and Councilwoman Shirley Gonzalez about their concerns. For more information on that, visit news4sanantonio.com. Back to you.
Alejandra, thank you. Happening now, a search for an 8-month-old girl missing from Mesquite. This is Nyla Crockett, last seen on Friday. The suspect is 30-year-old Trenario Crockett. Investigators say she's wearing a gray shirt, blue jeans with black or brown boots. Officials are not saying how she's connected to that child, but if you see them or have any information, contact police.
Right now, the Texas Rangers are investigating a deadly officer-involved shooting outside the Walmart down in Floresville. Now, the Wilson County Sheriff tells us 2 of his deputies, plus a DPS trooper, opened fire on 20-year-old Stephen O'Brien after they were called to the Walmart a little after midnight for reports of a man with a gun in the parking lot. Now, the sheriff says O'Brien first had his hands in his pockets and said, quote, "Y'all are going to have to shoot me." Before he quickly took his hands out of his pockets. They thought he had a gun. He did not. He died there at the scene.
New information, new numbers now on the international coronavirus epidemic. Officials in China are reporting 508 new cases with a total of more than 77,600 infections. Right now, the nation is reporting another 71 deaths. South Korea is seeing 60 new positive tests, meaning the nation has the second highest number of cases at 893. And right now, 4 evacuees are still waiting for test results about possible coronavirus infection. Tonight, there are 6 confirmed cases in San Antonio, and that number will soon go up by at least 1, as officials confirmed 1 woman who tested positive will be brought to San Antonio because she's a Texas resident. Doctors say while they know the virus can spread up to 30 days after symptoms go away, it's still unclear when the virus actually leaves the body. 144 people rescued from the Princess Diamond cruise ship in Japan remain in quarantine tonight.
And happening right now, we are learning tonight that the White House has sent lawmakers an urgent budget request for $2.5 billion to address the deadly coronavirus outbreak. The White House Budget Office saying the funds are for vaccines, treatment, and protective equipment. The request just released this evening as key government accounts. They're running low. The Department of Health and Human Services has already tapped into an emergency infectious disease rapid response fund. Now, tomorrow morning, senators are expected to receive a briefing on the government's coronavirus response. That's the latest from the Live Desk.
An Arctic front poised to move on through on Tuesday. Behind it, temperatures may be below freezing for a good portion of the area. The full forecast with the details coming right up.
Local business owners are combining body and tech, what they're implanting under the skin, and how they say it's changing their everyday life.
Plus the national stage. This San Antonio sensation's voice is taking him to next.
Watching News 4 San Antonio.
Live Desk, we are following a developing story on the immigration front. The acting commissioner for Customs and Border Protection within the last hour saying that CBP and ICE will continue to return Mexican nationals to Guadalajara. Adding to date, more than 1,200 Mexican nationals have been returned. If you cross our border illegally and have no meritorious claim to stay, you will be removed. That's the latest from the Live Desk. Randy?
All right, thanks, Melissa. We have some breaking news right now. A man is being treated after he was shot while walking by that Sonic on the northeast side tonight. It was about an hour and a half ago. This is near O'Connor and I-35. Police say the victim told him he was just randomly shot, apparently, while walking. Told police he didn't see who shot him or even where the bullet came from.
Only on 4, it's something you see in sci-fi movies, inserting microchips under people's skin. It's not just fiction, it's happening here in San Antonio. I asked those people why they do this and what's the risk.
Super spectacular.
Take a workshop full of laser cutters, 3D printers, and of course, 2 dogs named Torque and Chewy. And you'll find Dale and Drew, founders of prototyping facility Can Opener Labs.
My background's more art and design, fine things. He's more of the bulldozer.
They build ideas into reality and have fun doing it. But what's even more unique, they've injected microchips under their skin.
Stick a big needle in and...
Bought from a company appropriately named Dangerous Things. Their chips open doors, start cars, and are used for Apple or Google Pay. Dale has one in his elbow. Drew has
1, 2, 3,
7,
4, 5
in his hands.
Some people are curious about the idea of microchipping their children the same way that you might microchip a pet to locate them. Is that possible to use GPS on kids like that?
These are not. These have no power. I don't know if any chips right now that have power that could do that.
So no, you can't track your child because that would need power.
The last thing you want is one of those batteries in your body. They're highly dangerous. Can you imagine trying to implant this thing under your skin?
They say they're not easy to hack, but there's a potential risk for the future, with these chips able to clone security access cards and open doors.
Jails now use like HID cards. So these you could, like an inmate or somebody could scan an HID card and clone it into their hand.
But will microchips be the wave of the future? Only time will tell.
And Drew and Dale say they actually don't want implants to be a normal trend for the general population, but they do hope it can help people with disabilities or amputees go through everyday life, maybe even installing the chips into prosthetics. 5-year-old Mateo Lopez is a little boy with a whole lot of talent. That's what helped him gain local and national fame, including his appearance tonight on NBC's Little Big Shots. The show aired just before this newscast, and his friends, family, fans gathered around the TV for a watch party. We asked Mateo what inspired him to sing mariachi music.
Because it makes people happy, and because I like it, and then everybody likes it too.
It's more of a culture music than it is, just a fad. Mariachi music's been around a long time, and for somebody so young to pick it up and have the passion for it is just totally amazing.
And Mateo even has his own line of Fiesta medals and t-shirts. The next watch party is this Sunday night at 8. You can head to Our Lady of the Lake University's Providence West Social Room.
Nearly 25 years now after she was killed, the legacy of Tejano star Selena is still growing, with a tribute concert just announced coming up at the Alamo Dome. But like just after she died, when many people didn't even know who she was, now you may or may not understand her enduring legacy. Well, I covered Selena and Tejano music, interviewed her a number of times, and tomorrow night I found some of my footage where I think Selena herself will give you a glimpse of why she still connects with so many people and what you probably didn't know about her.
Actually, I started singing country music, and my dad got us into Tex-Mex music. We started playing at a restaurant that my dad owned. It all happened from then. We went through hard times, and we had to turn to music as a means of putting food on the table, and we've been doing it ever since. No regrets either.
Now watch tomorrow night at 10 here on News 4 San Antonio. See more of my exclusive footage from the vault, and whether or not you're a big fan, it is fascinating, explains a lot.
I love that you shot all of this yourself.
Yes.
A while back, and
a few years ago.
You got your own unique perspective of her.
It was interesting, and also interesting to see what's happened 25 years since then. So many new fans wanted to help explain it to some people who are or aren't big fans.
Yeah, very neat stuff. Okay, so we had a nice day today in terms of temperatures, and you might want to hang on to that just a little bit longer before things change.
Temperatures are going down,
Ooh.
and especially by Thursday morning, we're going to see some 20s on the map. Wait for this. Here's a live look at the World Car Cam in San Antonio. Temperature right now of around 58 degrees. We do have still some mostly cloudy skies. The clouds have been hanging tough all day. We have a wind out the north-northwest at around 3 miles per hour. So light winds right now, both those winds are going to go up tomorrow, and then especially once we hit Wednesday. Temperatures right now 44 in Kerrville with the clear skies up there, but still the lower 60s with the clouds here off towards the south. Places like Cotulla at around 62, and also Eagle Pass at around 62 degrees. All right, here's a look at the satellite and radar picture. Clouds very slow to decrease here from northwest to south and east. But Kerrville, we're seeing clearing skies. San Antonio right now, the clouds are in the process of decreasing, but still a lot of cloud cover here off towards the south. Pleasanton, down towards Cotulla, we have cloudy skies, but we'll trend towards mostly clear skies later on tonight as high pressure builds on in. But an Arctic front poised to move on through during the day on Tuesday. Here's a look at the future tracker. Through tonight, mostly clear, or we will become mostly clear. Cold front moves on through tomorrow morning up north. So across the hill country, temperatures here like Kerrville and Rock Springs only topping out in the upper 50s and lower 60s. Now, it will slow down as it moves through Bexar County. We'll move through San Antonio around maybe 3 or 4 p.m., then move through the entire area by around 6 or 7. In its wake, it'll become breezy. Temperatures will drop. We'll see clear skies for Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning will be fairly chilly. Wednesday, we'll see a northwesterly wind that could gust in some cases near 40 miles per hour. Here's a look at future temperatures. This is Wednesday morning, 41 in San Antonio, middle 30s up north, the upper 40s off towards the south. Moving ahead right through Thursday morning, 32 in San Antonio, 30 in Kerrville, but we could see some widespread 20s here across the hill country. Temperatures warm up by Thursday afternoon. Now the wind also coming up here by Tuesday midday, wind gusts 20-25 miles per hour. And then once we hit Wednesday, maybe wind gusts approaching 40 miles per hour. So very windy on Wednesday as well. Here's your forecast for tonight. 45 for the western zones, 48 for the eastern and central zones will be into the upper 40s to near 50 degrees. For tomorrow, will be around 68 for the western zones. A lot of sunshine. Mostly sunny for the hill country, only 61 near 70 for the eastern and the central zones. Here's the 7-day forecast. 56 on Wednesday, 32 for Thursday morning, 62 Thursday, and then we do warm up once again. Lower middle 70s by the weekend, potentially touching 80 by Monday. For the western zone, 61 on Wednesday, 30 for Thursday morning, and then by the weekend back to near 80 for the hill country, 60 on Thursday. Upper 60s and lower 70s for Saturday and Sunday. And for the eastern zones, 57 Wednesday, a lot of sun, but 31 by Thursday morning.
Now